We are going to write and format this engineering report in LaTeX, and it's going to look so pretty that no one's going to be able to resist it. LaTeX. Capital L, A, capital T, E, capital X. LaTeX. There are two interesting things to talk about when it comes to LaTeX. Number one is the engineering meaning, and number two is the grammatical or linguistic description of that acronym. So let's talk about the engineering meaning first. Now, more broadly speaking, it's actually kind of an academic word in general, not just engineering. It just so happens that engineers may often use computer software called LaTeX. I used it back in grad school. In fact, my robotics professor introduced it to me. He pronounced it LaTeX. He said, even though it looks like, sort of like the word latex, it's pronounced LaTeX. And we used it in our robotics lab to publish stuff, to write articles, to write my thesis, for example, or to write and format articles, engineering articles about robotics to go into journals, to disseminate to other scientists, other engineers, and maybe to the public. And you know how Microsoft Word lets you write articles and try to make it look pretty, and sometimes it screws up because it puts pictures on the wrong page, and you get annoyed by the equation editor, and then you bold something, and then it bolds everything else in weird ways. Well, LaTeX is an alternative to the messed up foibles of Microsoft Word. LaTeX is a scripting language and a system and computer software. And when you load it up, you can type out what you want your document to look like, essentially. It's different from Microsoft Word in that you can type out your content and the paragraphs and everything in your report, but what you actually see on the computer while you're typing is not what it's going to look like when it's done. Because you type up the content and then you also describe, oh, where's the picture going to go? And then you describe with code what kind of math equation is going to go here. And you describe with more code, what are the chapter headings? What are the margins? What captions go here? That kind of thing. And just like HTML or other scripting languages, when you're done typing your report, you click a button and the LaTeX software processes everything and spits out a really, really pretty document, a really pretty PDF, for example. And LaTeX is really powerful because you can have so much control over what things look like. And it really does make things look really good, I think. And it avoids so many of the annoying problems of formatting complicated documents in Microsoft Word or other word processors. So that is LaTeX. Engineers who are trying to share their knowledge might use this system or this coding language or this software to publish articles. All right, now let's get out of the engineering world for a second and let's talk about the linguistic part of it. I already said that it is spelled out with a capital L, small a, capital T, small e, and a capital X. And that's why some people might pronounce it latex. But in reality, this computer software typesetting system was written by this guy who said that the ending X is not really an X. It's the Greek letter chi, C-H-I. So if you're in a fraternity or sorority, you might know that Greek letter, or if you've done physics, you might know that letter, or statistics, you might know that letter. It's the same chi from the chi-square test. And the Greek letter chi is a consonant that sounds like you're gargling something in your throat really hard. And so it's not pronounced latex, but something like latex, or actually LaTeX. And so now, apparently, based on the authors of this system, it's pronounced LaTeX. Now, I am of the belief that language is more descriptive than proscriptive. So whatever, if people start pronouncing it latex, because people do, then that is what it is. But it might be called LaTeX as well. That is our engineering word of the day, LaTeX. Hey, this is Pius Wong. I'm the host of this podcast and an engineer working in Austin, Texas. I also host the K-12 Engineering Education Podcast. And chances are, if you're listening to this podcast, you might be interested in that one too. We talk about how to bring engineering thinking to people of all ages. So go on over to k12engineering.net and take a listen. Thanks.